Is your hair breaking? Or are you dealing with hair loss? Or how about this? Do you just want to prevent breakage and hair loss? Well, it is possible that you can do both. And I'm going to give you 5 ways to prevent hair loss and breakage. Hey guys, Karen with Curl House. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and the owner of the Curl House Hair Restoration Collection and the Curl House Academy Let's Get Growing program. And I know I said I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can prevent hair loss and hair breakage. Technically, I could give you about 500, but for purposes of this video, I'm just going to limit it to 5. But let me briefly explain what hair breakage is and hair loss is, because it's the difference between the two. So in terms of hair loss, when I speak of hair loss, I'm talking about things that are going on internally that may be affecting your hair from actually growing. Because remember, where does healthy hair begin? It begins within. It begins within the body. So hair loss are things that's happening within the body that is compromising the body, causing the hair to not grow properly or not grow at all. Now, hair breakage is what happens when the hair comes out of the scalp and it breaks off, so you're not able to retain the hair that you grow. So in today's video, I'm going to give you some tips on what you can do to prevent them both. And again, I'm just going to limit it to 5. So number 1, consider what you put on your head. So consider what I call your headgear. I'm talking about your hats. I'm talking about your scarves. I'm even talking about your CPAP machines. Yes, CPAP machines can lead to breakage. I recently just got this information from a client of mine, someone who participated in one of my classes. She said her hair was constantly breaking off. So due to process of elimination, she discovered that her CPAP machine, that machine that you put on your head for people who are dealing with sleep apnea, that was causing her hair to break off. So what she noticed is that wherever she placed that machine, the straps that sat on the sides and in the back, that is where her hair was broken off. Those CPAP machines may lead to hair breakage because they place a lot of tension on your scalp. So if you need to use a CPAP machine, I first suggest that you put on a satin scarf. But even if you're putting on a satin scarf, that can still lead to breakage because the straps are so tight. So I do know, because I've done some research, that there are CPAP machines that are strapless. So if you're dealing with this, you may want to consider a strapless CPAP machine, or just make sure those straps are not too tight. And in addition to CPAP machines, anything that places tension or pressure on your scalp can actually lead to breakage. A scarf, for example. If you go to bed and you have your cute hairstyle and you tie your scarf up and you have this tight knot right here, and you wake up and you have wrinkles on your forehead, or if you're sleeping and your scarf is so tight that you have a headache, that's an indication that the scarf is too tight, and that can lead to breakage. Or it can lead to traction alopecia because it's going to put pressure on that hair follicle. Same thing applies to your bonnets. If you have that line, it may be too tight. Or even for your hats. So generally speaking, hats in general may not lead to hair loss, but if the hat is too tight, then that can lead to hair loss right here around the hairline, or it can lead to breakage. So make sure if you're rocking your hats this summer, or if you're rocking your hats this winter, make sure it's not putting pressure on your hairline. So you want to prevent breakage by being mindful of how tight your headgear is. And speaking of tight, y'all might know what the next one is. Number 2 is be mindful of tight hairstyles. Oh, tight hairstyles, tight braids, tight twist, tight cornrows, tight hairstyles. Sometimes, many times, tight protective styles that are supposed to protect your hair actually lead to hair loss and breakage. They lead to hair loss because, again, they are so tight, they may lead to traction alopecia. And a way that you can determine if your braids are too tight is when you get them installed. If you have a headache, if you have to take Tylenol, if you have bumps around your hairline, if you have bumps in the back of your head, that's an indication that the braid is too tight. That is a follicular inflammation. So it's like a precursor to traction alopecia. That is your scalp's way of telling you, hey, these braids are too tight. Can you please take me out? And if you don't take them out at that time, when you do leave them in, a little more hair may come out than you want. That may lead to hair loss, so be very mindful of that. Also, if you're in braids, if you start looking at your braids, if you look closely at your braids, and if you start seeing white bulbs, just little white bulbs around your hairline, that white bulb is an indication that the hair has been pulled so tight, it has been removed from the follicle. Clear indication that the braids are too tight, and that may lead to hair loss. Now, in terms of breakage, many times when we go into these protective styles, we don't moisturize our hair. So we're in a protective style, which is very convenient because we don't have to do anything to our hair, but do not neglect the health of your hair. Even if you're in a protective style like braids, for example, make sure you spray some type of moisturizer to your hair, some type of leave-in conditioner, so that your hair does not get too dry in the styles. And while we're on styling, that leads me to number 3. Number 3 is consult with an expert. So consult with an expert concerning your hair. Some of you just may need to consult with a licensed cosmetologist in terms of your hair care. So I know we are in the world of social media. I know we are in the world of YouTube, and there are countless videos and countless channels out there, including this one, that gives you some tips on how to maintain your hair. But you know you best. So you know if you need a little more help than a YouTube video, you may need to see a licensed cosmetologist. A licensed cosmetologist, someone that you trust, can actually consult with you and tell you exactly what your hair needs. A licensed cosmetologist may help you to develop a personalized or customized treatment plan that's specific to you and your hair. So although I am all for giving you tips on how you can maintain your hair, if the struggle is real, you may just need to consult with a cosmetologist that's going to help you in your journey. So before you go out and start doing all these things to your hair that might actually lead to hair breakage and hair loss, consult with an expert so that you can prevent hair loss and hair breakage. And in addition to hair loss, you can also consult with a trichologist or with a dermatologist. We can actually tell you some things that's specific to your hair and to your body that's going to help you to prevent or exacerbate hair loss and prevent breakage. So make sure you talk to us if you need some help. So number 4 is around medication. If you are prescribed a medication from your doctor, ask questions. Ask about the side effects. Ask your doctor whether or not this medication may have a side effect of hair loss. Remember, this video is about preventing hair loss. So I know health is important. I'm not putting your health over your hair, but I want you to be an informed consumer. I want you to advocate for yourself. If your doctor prescribes you a medication that may lead to hair loss, talk to your doctor about that. See if there are any other medications that may help with your condition, an alternative medication that may not lead to hair loss. So make sure that you know what these medications, make sure that you know what the side effects are, and talk to your doctor so that you can potentially prevent hair loss due to a medication. So I know I talked about medication in number 4. If you are on medication, then it is even more important that you focus on healthy lifestyle practices such as proper nutrition and exercise and drinking water and getting adequate sleep and minimizing stress. You would be amazed at what the body can do when it is given exactly what it needs through proper nutrition and sleep and these healthy lifestyle practices. Even if you're on medication, focus on proper and healthy lifestyle choices. And when you are intentional about healthy lifestyle choices, you can truly prevent hair loss, hair challenges, and hair breakage because you are giving your body what it needs for your hair to thrive. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are someone who needs help with your hair. If you're dealing with hair challenges and you need a little more help, like I talked about earlier, I have a program called Let's Get Growing. It is designed to help you to grow, regrow, restore, maintain the health of your hair. It is a 7-week program where you get to work directly with me for 7 weeks. And I'll be the person that'll help you to get to the root cause of what's going on with your hair and help you to regrow and maintain the health of your hair. If you're interested in it, I encourage you to join the wait list, or registration is open now for my cohort starting soon. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like the channel so that you do not miss a video in the future. And until we talk again, stay fabulous.